When rumor around Heroic being interested in Grix appeared, I wondered that it is a strange pickup. Honestly, I knew about him, but he never struck me as a tier 1 material, so it got me thinking. I watched tons of demos from his previous teams and tried to understand what made him so lucrative for a huge club like Heroic, despite being from a CIS region with no international experience. And yeah, after a couple of demos, everything began to fall into place. Let's watch one of his games, and while I could have picked up a map with better rating, I ultimately chose this one, because this one showcased a lot of his qualities that a player like you can pick up and improve. Let's dive in, and before we do, quick word from the sponsor. SkinsMonkey is a reputable, fully automated website that provides an instant way to get new skins. Just look at how easy it is to trade your old skins for new ones. In just a few minutes, you can have completely new skins. If you use the code STYKO, you can get up to $5 for free as a first trade bonus. The more you trade, the larger the bonus. And if you don't feel like trading, you can simply buy skins too. They also have 35% deposit bonus with code STYKO, along with a free section where you can complete simple tasks to get skins and join daily, weekly or monthly giveaways. Check out SkinsMonkey by clicking the link in the description of this video. And before we move on, thank you SkinsMonkey for making my content better. But now it's time to continue. Pretty slow piss around. Grix sticking with his teammates and buying a utility pack. Already first kill, he wasn't even visible on my screen, but Grix hits the headshot here. He's a smoke and 2 flashes. Alright, longest smoked, small pit, smoke and flashes. It was supposed to be a whole swap, but obviously T's died before that, so unlucky. We go next. Alright, so we have again, like kind of supportive element in these strats. Trying to explode, being a trader with those Galils. Pretty good trades. Very winnable round now, 4v2. CTs should be just saving at this point. Which leaves Spotsy now in very tough position. But anyway, he creeps through the smoke. And now the round is kind of a chaos, but it's very winnable 3v3. And now they forced rotation back to A. That is pretty nuts. Like, this guy is a little bit ahead. Klaxi is a little bit ahead of Grix, but now he has to help him. Grix uses the smoke. Sick first shot. Alright. So this is like pretty good attribute of like a calmness in a chaos situation. Like, this whole call could have gone horribly wrong. CTs actually read it before T's even started rotating to A. CTs were already on the move as well, but they were just simply not fast enough, and the smoke from Grix forced them to either push through or play after plant or retake scenario, which isn't optimal on this map. So by throwing the smoke and expecting CTs to push is actually good heads-up play from Grix. As an awper, even if you cannot afford an AWP, you want to have as much utility as possible for your team, because you're going to be oftentimes throwing even like 4 grenades per round in order to take banana or counter CT's aggression, etc. This is very nice control on the banana take. This is going to be a very slow clutch. There are possibilities how to win this, especially with CT being on the flank position. They think he's gonna clear mid here, and they already made it behind the corner. They think that they have locked them in banana, when in fact now 3 people are watching the spot, thinking that they are there without them actually being there. So they're gonna get a free plant on A and an after plant, and after plants on Inferno. Think of it this way: if you're man down on an after plant position, you're still in advantage. So if it's like 3v4, T's in, if there are 3, they're still in advantage. The success rate will be pretty huge. Unless you're Falcons, then that's a Sage moment right there. That's a 3v5 thrown on a match point. But Grix is actually playing this well. He's not completely just passive, staying inside and playing a crossfire, but before he does that, he actually looks for frags, gets one, and immediately goes back as well. Walks away, in fact. That's balls of steel right there, but now they have a position of both players, and now the crossfire can be set up. Klaxi getting both kills in the end, but Grix was always in position to kind of play off of him. AKs are taking tons of space top banana, which allows us to be a little bit more aggressive as well. Counter boost. Oof. That was very, very, very nice. That's a very nice idea how to generally play around the smoke. Sometimes T's are throwing this kind of smoke, sometimes CTs are throwing that kind of smoke. Boosting over that is going to result in you kind of being safe behind that, because CTs are going to have tough time like clearing in front of the smoke and then at the same time be ready for this kind of a boost. So with a AWP, this is definitely a good thing, and also Griggs is playing it smartly. Griggs has to boost this one off. There's third molly coming in. And they lost the C4 on the way towards long, so that's pretty unfortunate. Now 1v5 again. Very good hold from Ecstatic. Okay, so Griggs is getting one kill. Knows about next guy. That was a very nice shot. By the way, okay, this round might not happen. It's 1v5 and it's the last round of the half, so economy damage is just not going to happen. But if this would be like a first gun round and he's getting these 2 kills, this is actually huge. So, and also this shot itself is very sharp. Trying to break the smoke, are we trying to go out with it? Probably should be, because I actually try to do and catch someone off guard. Rotating back all the way. I don't think this 1v5 is winnable at all, but I still want to see how Griggs approaches it. Is he going to be ready for this guy on second mid? That's kind of crazy. Oh my god. So he was actually clearing that. He didn't clear it all the way till the end. I didn't even know that CT can hide there. But that's pretty huge awareness from Griggs as well. In these kind of unwinnable scenarios, a lot of players would, I don't want to say give up, but they would just risk way more. But Griggs was still methodical, even in this 1v5. Alright, trying to help teammates on long. It's tough out here without Kevlar. Aim punch is real, but... Oh, that's a nice shot on Christo. Huge 3k, surviving here for a long time as well. While Norvi and Kenzie rotates all the way from B, and he's just pain in the ass for the terrorists. They cannot safely plant the bomb. Beautiful round from Griggs. Yep, he's definitely sending it. Oh. And the force buy is completely shut down. Alala actually gets 2 kills, but unwinnable. Alright. TMB jiggled, but Griggs is prepared for the re-jiggle. Oh, this show, I saw it on a demo before. Like, I don't understand who he sees here, but he just blindly shots through the smoke, I guess. I don't want to say blindly, because obviously he had the lineup before. He had a vision where terrorists might be and might not be. But that was actually a very clutch kill to even enable the retake. That's going to be very hard 3v3 retake if he didn't get that kill. See this able to clean up. There's a lot of B starts. Obviously this might be a game plan, but in this game he was very successful with it. And you can see, like, he's even starting directly in his own position where he just has the exact same crosshair placement as pretty much every single time before. Gets an insane double kill, and yeah, this one is the highlight. Just enjoyed it. He was even aware of that boost on top of the sandbag. Not a boost, but going up on the sandbag there. For the first time with the node, we're actually starting towards A. Let's see how that goes. And that was a leg shot, by the way. Like, this looks very fast from his POV. It's very hard to react to this T, if I'm being honest, especially mid-jump. But Syra is actually 16 HP after that. He showed up on A side, immediate rotation towards B, leaving all the nades for A players to have for blocks, like smoke and a molly. And guess where he is? In his favorite position. But I want to mention that this time Ecstatic is actually ready, and they're actually going to nade him away from there. So Griggs is now down to 63, 26 HP. That is kind of annoying, but still going for a repick. TMB just misses the timing, and he was moving forward. Now, this is very risky from from Griggs with 26 HP, if I'm being honest, because anyone could have been already crossed to the other side, right? This CT is not spotting. He is having a lineup, so you can see that from his POV, anyone could be just going close. And you can see the buy that the T's are having. Like, it could be a Tech9 kind of like trying to get as close as possible. And all they really need is to land one shot on Griggs, and this would be unwinnable round. However, Griggs goes for a repeat, catches TMB. I would still say that, great, you have an entry, Syra is 10 HP from you from before, but that was a little bit of a risky play for my liking. Okay, finally we're moving to a different position on B, around dark area, and Norway still has a smoke and a molly. Let's see how this goes. Now Norway kind of destroys all angles for Griggs, if I'm being honest. With that smoke in fountain, I don't like this reaction from Norway at all. Because it's really nice to do this and play around or inside of the smoke as a rifler. But if you have an open sight behind you, you're putting him in a really, really bad position. And yeah, getting a boost on top of the half wall. Very, very powerful angle. We saw Christo doing that before, but he eventually dropped down in that first half. Tough to deal with, but as soon as you get flashed, you can't overstay. You're basically forced to just go down. Take another angle, which is usually this one. Once you're flashed away from here, you still can go CT or side or coils. But you just cannot overstay in these angles. You can see that. Griggs is gonna get flashed here. Just flash it, shoots, immediately goes back, and he has a lot of util to block as well. And they're coming to B. It's gonna be still hard. 2v4. Good chaining of the nades. Gets the first one. Christo is just ready for him. Immediate trade. Was it worth really to re-peek on the other side? I don't mind it that much, if I'm being honest. I don't mind it that much. Christo was just barely, but in position. There would be AK holding this. I think Griggs is winning that fight. All right. There's a lot of head-to-head duels between these two, and they seem pretty equal. It's kind of like rare to see these kind of gameplay on Inferno, to have so many head-to-heads between awpers, but I like it, if I'm being honest. Yep. Now this is pretty much over. Now Griggs is not having a lot of nades, if I'm being honest. He's going to offer just this entry flash and then probably scale up with his teammates. It's not even an entry flash, it's a flash designed to just enter into the site. This guy is not going to get blind. Let's see, Christo, he should be getting blind from this. Yep. Still gets a kill. But Griggs now knows where the AWP is. Look at how laser focused he is on Christo. He jiggles back into him. That's a nice shot on Alala. Last second plant. Oof. If he makes it behind that corner and actually kills TMB, I think that's very winnable. Almost 1v5. It's coming. And then immediately locks out. Long rotation. Goes for a trade. It's just very, very much needed. The trades didn't go their way, so therefore Griggs is forced to go forward and help to take side. And now you take a pit position with the knob and you're pretty much winning the afterplan. This is so powerful. He's going to have a field day from this position. Okay. Maybe I spoke too soon. Never mind. This CT molly is literally not doing anything. He can still hide behind... Like, this is crazy. This molly is just so crazy. Okay, he gets a first kill. That second one was very close. Okay, that was another mace spot. I think we're good. Yep, well played from Griggs. Couple of misses, uncharacteristic, I would say, because as I said before, he's good with these quote-unquote easy shots at landing them consistently. Seems like another A wrap, because he's already getting into this position, throwing the exact same smoke we spoke about before, library smoke, getting a pop flash in. That was insane shot on Nut. Didn't even see him. Great shot. Also, I love this position, how he immediately holds for a flank there. Now he obviously needs to help and pick up the bomb and come closer, but he was instantly holding for a flank. Understands his position and role, that he just needs to be a little bit more, you know, in the back, in the shadows, so to speak, lurking with an AWP, because he wants to be alive in all of those after plant clutches. That's where the awper is really enabled on this map. Oof, that was powerful lurk. I don't even know how he got there. He just snuck through the smoke into the smoke, and that's just crazy play. Oh, he's just buying time. All right, so in the end, even the scoreline of 40 kills and 19 deaths didn't cut it close against Ecstatic, and actually they lost this map and lost the best of 3. But some overall thoughts about this whole kid of Griggs is that there were some mistakes, but overall I think this guy has a lot of potential, and also like big skill ceiling. I think with the right team and powerful coaching staff, which Heroic is usually known for. Obviously they will have a new coach, etc., but he can actually improve quite a lot in my opinion. There are also potential downsides to this signing in my opinion, and that would be obviously comms, because Griggs has, in my opinion, never played, to my knowledge, he never played in an international team, English speaking team, so to speak. He's from Belarus. He is quite unproven and untested in these waters. I don't know how his English is overall, and also what could be potential downside are the visa issues. So Heroic are obviously attending all tier 1 tournaments, they travel a lot, and Russian players and Belarus players, they need to have visas obviously secured, and sometimes it can get problematic. There's just not enough time, or they just simply not get visa approved. And similarly, this was a big problem with Dexter, if you guys remember, in Heroic before he was in Falcons, where Dexter was like constantly missing tournament after tournament because of visa related issues. So we never know how it will go, but obviously Heroic are probably not trying to make the same mistake twice, and those are some potential downsides. But overall, in my opinion, great signing. I wish Griggs good luck, and let's see what he can do on the big stages. Huge shout out to my coffee members for your continual support, so I can make more videos like this for you. Their name is on the screen right now, and if you want to appear here, to check out my coffee page, where you can gain tons of cool and exclusive perks at various tiers of membership. And when I say they're cool, I mean it. Give it a look, it's worth it. Thank you for making my content better and possible.